I want to welcome you to my world. I live in a world of color and symbolism and mysticism and reflection and discovery. And am delighted to invite you in and share something about that with you. Why do I do this art? I do this art because I spend hours every day visualizing these little dots as jeweled offerings, wishing for compassion to ripen in the world, for suffering to come to an end. That's training my mind. When I get up from my easel, I hope that I will carry that with me out into my day. There probably is a difference in the very traditional pieces and maybe some of the other pieces. The idea being carrying the training of this formal idea into pieces that may have a little bit more of a mainstream appeal. You know, someone that may not be so into the Tibetan art, but might feel drawn to something that appears to be a bit more decorative. But this decorative art is actually hiding as an art with spiritual purpose. My idea is to get a conversation going about love and compassion, living intentionally, engaging our lives in a way that's going to bring about benefit. That's my actual intention. I just happen to use art and writing and speaking as a way of getting that conversation going. I love to do art. I do. And I seem to do a fairly good job with it. But if this isn't what would bring about benefit, then I'd rather do something else. But it seems I'll do whatever. You know, if it's floor mopping and that's what's going to bring about the best benefit, I'm open to that. But I want to invite you to start looking in your environment. What have you created? What have you created in your environment? Not only, I want you to look at your physical environment. What symbols, what are you reminded of in your environment? Is it the person, are you reminded of the qualities of the person you're committed to being? You know, and how might you either shift your perception of whatever that is, or maybe add something else into that environment? I would totally invite you to do that. We're all practitioners in one form or another. I happen to be rather insanely committed to finding a way to really learn how to love. There's hatred, there's jealousy, there's greed, there's pride, there's war. There are, yes, okay, do we want to think positive? Yes, of course we do. Do we want to hope for the best? Of course we do. But we also have to be very real about where we actually are. If we're going to find some common ground where we can really communicate, let's talk about the things that actually work for all of us. One of my personal practices is to always recognize that if there is hatred in the world, then I need to look for that within myself. When we see hatred outside of ourselves, look inside. I invite you to do that. It is not about beating yourself up. It is not about judgment, please. It is not about complaining. I can't just say, oh, there's hatred out there. Isn't that just terrible? I wish it weren't so. Because I will find, if I look, that there are things I can change. Each of us have things that we can change. A couple of weeks ago, I pulled a muscle, and it totally incapacitated me. I mean, any of you that know me, I'm active, I'm dynamic, I'm on the go, I got things to do, I'm always going here and there. I'm not. I can take little tiny steps. This is about it, which is kind of amusing to me. You know? Occasionally, I kind of want the pain to go away, but I also don't want to miss the gift in that. So it is what it is. So you kind of go with it, and that's an opportunity, too, just to be, you know, reminded of how we might transform a moment and transform a circumstance, and bring a little more peace in our own hearts. Those of you that know me know that I'm rather enthusiastic about what I do. I really don't want to do anything but empower conversations about love. I want to talk about love, and here we are. So it's wonderful. And I hope in some small way there's been something here that you might be able to take away and use in your practice to help you awaken and get out of suffering. You know, just get out of it. The real purpose is letting go of the things that don't serve us and are not going to bring us closer to a peaceful world. And I would invite all of us to find the ways that that can happen in our work. I have a bit of a blog, and I would also invite you, if you have questions that come up about art, spirituality, what to wear. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even mind confrontive ones. You know, who do you think you are, Shay? What's up? You know, I mean, those are great questions. Any of that'll work. Shoot me an email, and I'll blog about it. And then we can maybe get a conversation going with some other folks, and that can make that kind of fun. Thanks for coming.